Ready to meet Mr. Kevin Costner. Welcome to the
We have Kevin Costner in the house. How are we doing? There we go. So a bit of light housekeeping. They sent me to do this. Just to remind everybody, we are allowed to take as many photos from our seats as possible, but when we get up to the front, no more phones. You will be asked to put your phone away. We just want to make it smooth and go quickly for everybody. We don't want people in the back having to wait 3 hours. That's not cool. So take as many pictures as you want. Tag us if you want. And yeah, just phones away when we get up to the front. If you want your book personalized, we can get you a Post-it with a name on it. Otherwise, just signature. We're cool with that. Cool? Cool. Awesome.
My name is Jim Hemphill. I write about movies for IndieWire, and it's my great pleasure to introduce our guests for today. We've got photographer and the author of The Great Horizon, Cale Glendeling. And the director, producer, co-writer, and star of Horizon, Kevin Costner.
I never saw so many people in the library. Something must have happened here. Sorry our screen couldn't be bigger. I hope it spoke out loud to you. Yes. I hope it, we all live in this town and we have a version of what goes on here and what we think we know about movies, and we probably know a lot about movies, but this was designed to pull the curtain back on a lot of things. I hope it spoke out loud to you, and like most of the things I do, there's like 5 more of these making ofs, but they're for you, and again, they're unflinching look at what we do. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well, Kevin, this is something I've always appreciated about you, is that you do pull the curtain back. I remember seeing on the Open Range DVD, you had a great making of documentary. And so you've got this book, you're making these documentaries. A lot of filmmakers are very protective and secretive about their process. Why do you sort of expose yourself and let this stuff all out there for all of us to see?
Because it's fun. And there's a mystery around people who don't know what it is. When you come on my set, I let people come and actually be fairly close to me by the monitors, because it's fun. The easiest thing for me to do is to freeze people out and go, ooh, the genius is at work. Genius, what? You know what I mean? You can make people feel intimidated. He's now doing his thing, everybody stay back. But it's fun to let people in. If they don't behave around the monitor, if they're loud, if they're talking, then they have to go somewhere. I mean, like in everything in life, there's got to be manners, right? So when guests come on my set, I think I let their children sit in my chair. Why not? I mean, really, why not? It's a moment, it's a time. So I love the business. I love that I get to do it. I love to be able to share it, and people are supposed to intuitively know what their place is when I allow them to come close. That's all I can think of. It's a wonderful thing to see.
Where did the idea come from to put out a book?
Originally, I was hired to come and shoot a documentary, and I've worked with Kevin and his team over the years, and so they're aware of my photography, but that's not why I was hired to begin with. But the time and space was there for that opportunity.
Lead character. He's a little 13-year-old boy that won't go down with his mother. He would rather stay with his father, and it was ultimately a fatal move. And that was my son, and his name is Hayes, and of course my name in the character is that. But I'm pushing. I'm going to bring this to you, and then I'm going to go figure out how to get the money to make 3, and then I'll go figure out how to make 4. And everybody in this room, we're connected. You go to them, I'm going to make it for you. And I'm going to, I don't know why it is the way it is, but I know what I'm about, and that's what I need to be about. You would say that, and you would articulate it in front of your fellow reindeer. So, here with everyone. But when I think of, I have a family, I have these children that I've raised, and it matters to me what they think, because I've spent time away from them to make these movies. They understand who I am, and so they're as much a part of me being able to make my life. So this may run against the core of what you say, and I'm not trying to be contrary, but I think if you ever walked up to my headstone, because I'm going to leave this mortal coil, I'm going to not be here, but I'm so thankful if something happened to me tomorrow, at least I made 2 of them. And but I guess if you were going to look at my headstone, what would I write on it? There'd be the dates, for sure, right? There'd be the name, there'd be the thing. But if I was going to find something that maybe meant something, my movies are long, so, and how would I even come up with a sentence? But I think if I wanted to leave a lasting thought to you or anybody that was standing there, that it said, and he made movies too. I want my life to be more than just movies. Oh, I think there's people out there burning with stories and burning with ideas, and do not let people stop you. Go make your movie with your friends. Try to find a rich dentist, get his money too. A rich doctor. You get out there and you make your movies. But you work on your script. Work on your script. Find the language, find the poetry, but go make your movie. And when you think this is your best work, guess what? Go make another one. It's a calling, and it's a privilege to be able to do that. And no one can stop you. You can make a movie with your camera. No one can stop you.
Sorry, we'll do him and then you. Go ahead.
Is he talking behind his mask? Yeah. In most Westerns, I'll say, stick him up, buddy.
He says, congratulations on the 40th anniversary of Silverado, which brings him to his question.
Most of the characters you played have been heroes, however troubled. How do you prepare to see an occasional villain, a prime example being 3,000 miles of Graceland?
He says, a lot of the characters you've played have been heroes, but how do you prepare when you're playing a villain, like in 3,000 Miles to Graceland?
Listen, I think that villains, if they're drawn correctly, they're not bad. They just don't think anybody understands their problems. Villains, when they're the best, they're not conveniences for the good guys to knock down. They need to be formidable. That's what we want to see in our movies, is a level of detail that we relate to. What does it matter if you beat up a buffoon or you do something. We want to see, there needs to be an honesty. That's what I wanted to bring to Horizon. And, you know, when I started working on this with John Baird, who should be mentioned, so he's such an incredible writer. You know, the Western is these gunfights. It is this thing. But every story that we started to write, women ran right down the center of every storyline in Horizon. Women are a dominant part of Horizon, and I couldn't be happier about it, but I didn't anticipate it being that way. But how could there possibly be a history without women? And so when you see it and you watch 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're going to see strong women. And you're going to see women who are abused, women who work themselves to death. It was just important for me in this first movie to see a woman who just felt so dirty she wanted to bathe. It's just important. It was important for water to just touch her body. And the best and more and the better it felt, she wanted to touch herself more. She wanted more water, and she moved around the corner in the dark. And obviously, it was a mistake in the West over water. We're talking about someone was not aware that could cost her life. But the desire that a woman would need just to be clean is important to me to put in a movie as much as a gunfight. We want to see ourselves in the movies. You know, for as phony as movies can be sometimes, I've learned how to be kind of the man that I'd like to be because of the movies. It doesn't mean I'm as brave as the characters I watch on screen or smart. But when I look at the screen when I was little, when I look at it now, I can tell who I want to be. I can tell in a critical situation how I wish I would act. And anybody that's so certain that they would have been heroic on D-Day or heroic in all these places, I'm suspectful of them. We don't know how we would be in critical situations, but in movies we get to see how we wish we could be. And so, you know, the movies are important to me. I mean, I thought, our parents let us go to these places. For some reason, the movie theater was thought of as a safe place for us to go. It's the first place our parents let us go by ourselves. It's where we learned how we would kiss. It was where we learned how we would be heroic. We learned a lot in the movies.
Yes.
I absolutely love you in that movie, and you're an amazing actor and incredible actor. And
Thank you, Will. You know, that was a good moment for me. It was a good moment for Whitney. You know, we'll miss her, and you know, I eulogized her and tried to express. I didn't think I was the person to talk for her, but in fact, I didn't feel like I should be there. And oftentimes, when we lose somebody of that magnitude, the people that know her are rushing to the mic. You know, you can talk, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to do that. And I didn't realize the power of that movie. Way you speak about it, I didn't realize the connection that people had with Whitney and myself, her imaginary bodyguard. Yeah. I did take care of Whitney, but that was my promise to her. But you know, at her passing, for about a week, I didn't do anything. Pretty soon there was these rumblings. Well, why isn't he speaking about it? And I just said, I don't know. It's not my first instinct to go talk about something, and there's other people that could do it much better. So at a certain moment, I got this one call, and it was from Dionne Warwick. And her voice was broken. I could tell she was tired. She was having to put together this memorial. And she said, Kevin, and I said, yes, I'll do it. Before she could say that. And I hated myself the minute I said yes, because I began writing for 2 weeks or for a week and a half, even off the plane, in the hotel room, in the limo all the way there. I even had the limo guy stop and pull over. What was I going to say about this woman? And so you know, that was a unique moment for us. And I can tell you, you know, you do these scenes with her, and there's a kissing scene we had, and you know, I had to kiss her, and I kissed her about 7 times in that scene, and we kept about 7 takes of it. So I kissed her for every one of you guys, for every one of you, and then one time I kissed her for me. It was just me. So there you have it.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go so you can sign some books, but it's a beautiful movie, Kevin, and a beautiful book, Cale, so I appreciate you both coming out and taking the time to talk to us about it. So thanks, guys.
Hello, you guys. It is okay that you guys stand by, but you cannot be in our west loading dock. We have vehicles coming in and out of this site, so you cannot be here on the property. Okay? You guys have to push it back to the street.
What'd she say? Mr. Costner, will you please sign for us?
Mr. Costner, we drove from San Francisco.
Mr. Costner, will you please sign? Let's do one each. Kevin, will you please sign?
Mr. Costner, we drove from San Francisco.
Please
Mr. Costner,
sign.
please.
One each. Just one or two. Bye, Kevin.
He's in the backseat too.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. We can't roll down. There's
Can't
no
roll down. He's,
window. Yeah,
he's all the way in the back seat.
exactly. Oh, well. Sorry for you guys, man. You guys drove far. Let's go. We are going. We are done. How is it? Meeting Kevin Costner.
We held hands for a minute.
No, you did not.
Well, di mo ako nakita.
There's no proof. You didn't hold hands.
We did. In my mind.
It's in her mind.
Oh, we did.
But they did that.
Then you interrupted.
Are you sure you hold her? Hold his
Yes, I
hand?
hold.
How?
We held this at the Kingdom Come.
We just met Robin Hood. We got his autograph. Sat on his Q&A to talk about Horizon, but I failed to get my Robin Hood figure signed. But it's okay. I'm still happy.